Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you're new. Thank you so much for all the support that I have been receiving on my last two videos. I had taken a little hiatus from YouTube. Sounds hilarious considering I don't have that many videos, but I needed to take a break for the last couple of months. In the last 6 months of the year, I told myself that I wanted to focus more on self development. I wanted to focus more on challenging myself. And I did not really plan this video a lot, but I hope to encourage you by the story I'm going to share. So I remember last week I was talking to a coworker of mine, and I was sharing with them how I usually do not give 100%. You know how people always say, once you do your best, it's good enough? Well, every time I do something from as far back as I can remember in high school, um, I knew I was not giving my best. And this is not to say that I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or make it seem like I was this perfect kid, but I always got awards. I was always at school awards. I maintained a good average. I was one of those B plus B students. Um, but I always felt after many of my school projects, many of my class presentations, even up to the university level, the clubs I was a part of, the opportunities I was given, I always felt that I could do more. Always felt that I could do more. But for some reason, I never did. And I remember after I graduated from university, I graduated with upper second class honors. And yes, I had a great GPA when I was leaving, but I know or I knew I could have pushed myself harder. And so I'm creating this video. By the way, if you hear my cat in the background, guys, I got a cat. He is so cute. His name is Chess. He is black and white, which is why I call him Chess, because he sort of reminds me of a chessboard in a way. But yes, I hope this video encourages those people who always, for lack of a better word, they sell themselves short, so they don't push themselves hard enough. I hope this video encourages you in some way or gives you some insight into why whenever you do things you always feel like there's more that you could do, but you still feel somewhat satisfied with the fact that you got by. So I grew up, I was not very confident. I was not a very confident child. I was not very confident. I was one of those children who I believed that there were some kids who were talented, and then there were other kids like me who were just mediocre and who would just get by. I think that belief stayed with me for a very long time throughout high school, throughout college, throughout university. My mom would say, I sent you to university, I didn't send you to college. Anyways, they're the same thing to me, but whatever. I digress. Yes. And so I think I brought this belief with me to university. Now, it was later, after doing some soul searching, after I had graduated, as I mentioned earlier, that I began to realize that me not pushing myself to give my best, to do my best at the different opportunities I was given, my different school projects, relationships, friendships, networking, jobs, all of that sort of thing, I began to realize that the reason why I did not push myself was because I had an underlying fear of failure. It's so funny because the fear of failure can manifest itself in so many different ways. For some people, the fear of failure allows them to not even try. Or you have some persons who literally will start something and they don't complete it because they are satisfied with the fact that they started, but they console themselves by saying, "Oh, at least I started. I just didn't want to finish." Um, but that in and of itself is a fear of failure. My fear of failure manifested itself in me not pushing myself 100%. So I was always okay with an 85% instead of pushing myself for a 90. Or I was always okay with being average rather than pushing myself further. I literally one time I taught myself CXC physics. So it's a school leaving certificate that is called CSEC. Um yeah, and I did physics by myself. I literally read from a textbook and I went to do the exam. The exam is split into three sections, and I did only two sections of the paper. Then I took a nap until the exam was over, and then I got up, took my pencil case, and I left the examination room. I got a 2 for that exam. So they rank that exam, I think, 1 to 5. 1 would be like an A plus that section, 2 would be like a B plus B, right? I knew that if I had done the third section of the paper, I could have done way better. But I was comfortable with just doing enough to get by. And that is how my fear of failure manifested itself. Me just getting by rather than forcing myself to be the best, to do the best, to give myself a shot at being the best, because I was afraid of being disappointed if I tried and then I failed. And that has manifested itself in so many different areas of my life. But I'm happy now that I'm able to recognize that it is actually a fear and it is something that I can actually overcome. And so I challenge you, if this is you, I challenge you to do your best. Here's the thing that I figured out with failure, right? Because when I started this YouTube channel years ago, I think I had done a video on failure. And yeah, I think I had done a video on failure. I don't remember what I said in that video, but you can go back and watch it. But failures, if you take up an optimistic look at failures, they teach you something, right? And if you fail in one area and you assess why you failed, you have a blueprint as to how not to fail again. So I want to encourage you to give it your best shot, whatever it is. If it is that you said that you wanted to start a small business, give it your best shot. Read as much as you can. Do as much research as you can. Do not be afraid to reach out and ask for help. If it is that you want to go back to school, give it your best shot. Come home in the evenings, reread your notes, ask for help, join study groups, watch YouTube videos, research. Give it your best shot. Give it your best shot, because you never ever know. You could have gotten an A plus, but you're not gonna know if you could have gotten the A plus if you did not try to get the A plus. Even with this channel, there are so many times I question myself, I second guess myself, I think that I'm not good enough, I think I'm not intelligent enough, I think I'm not eloquent enough at times, but I have decided to give it my best shot. And I want you to do the same. The worst that can happen is we don't get to the stars, but we'll be somewhere in the stratosphere floating around, okay? Aim high. And don't be afraid to work towards getting the best that life has to offer, because it's open for everyone to take. All right? I love you. God bless you. And don't forget, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Bye.